Over 40 countries want to join the BRICS economic group, which is backed by China and Russia. This was announced by South Africa during the last summit in Johannesburg. Countries like Algeria, Bolivia, Indonesia, Thailand, Egypt, Ethiopia, Cuba, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Comoros, Gabon, and Kazakhstan have shown interest in joining. Russia, which is currently the rotating chair of the group, is handling these applications. This year, Russia is the first member to lead BRICS after it expanded to include Iran, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Ethiopia, and Egypt. Why are these countries eager to join BRICS? What makes BRICS so appealing? In this video, we'll explore these questions. Before you continue, please subscribe to our channel to get more interesting videos like this one. Now let's discuss why so many countries want to join BRICS and how BRICS is going to change the world. An economic game changer. BRICS countries make up over 42% of the world's population and account for nearly a quarter of global GDP and 18% of trade. In 2023, BRICS even surpassed the global GDP contribution of the G7 countries, with BRICS accounting for nearly one-third of the world's economic activity. The BRICS group aims to reshape the global economic landscape to benefit its members. They have set up initiatives like the BRICS Business Council, the Contingent Reserve Agreement, which offers short-term liquidity support, and the New Development Bank, which funds development projects in BRICS countries. As a member of BRICS, countries can reap significant economic benefits through increased trade opportunities. For example, China and India can sell more of their goods and services to Brazil, South Africa, and Russia. This expanded trade network reduces reliance on Western markets and strengthens economic ties within the group. Brazil, for instance, has seen a boost in its agricultural exports to China, while India has ramped up its pharmaceutical exports to South Africa. Investment flows between BRICS countries also stimulate economic growth. China has invested heavily in infrastructure projects in Africa, including South Africa's railways and Nigeria's roads, even though Nigeria isn't a BRICS member. These investments create jobs and improve infrastructure, benefiting local economies. Similarly, Russia has invested in India's energy sector, contributing to the development of nuclear power plants. By joining forces, BRICS countries enhance their bargaining power in international economic forums. This collective strength allows them to negotiate better trade terms and influence global economic policies. During World Trade Organization negotiations, for example, BRICS countries can push for more favorable conditions for developing nations, improving their economic prospects. Access to resources is another significant advantage for BRICS members. Intra-BRICS trade agreements make it easier for countries to obtain essential resources. For instance, India can secure more oil imports from Russia, while Brazil can import advanced technology from China. This access supports economic development and growth. From an economic point of view, developing countries joining BRICS can experience tremendous benefits. But BRICS isn't just about economics, it's also about reshaping international systems that are often unfairly dominated by the United States, especially amid growing tensions with Washington and the West. A new world order. BRICS stands as an important platform for cooperation among emerging markets and developing countries, committed to supporting multilateralism, reforming the global governance system, and increasing the representation and voice of these nations. Many countries are eager to join the BRICS system due to its potential to establish an international power system commensurate with their economic size and break the imbalance in the current global governance structure. Unlike the exclusive club of the Group of Seven or G7, BRICS embodies principles of mutual respect, understanding, equality, solidarity, openness, inclusiveness, and consensus, making it an attractive mechanism for many nations. China has played a key role in driving BRICS expansion as leader Xi Jinping advocates for an alternative world order. This includes forging closer partnerships with global players from Russia to the Middle East and strengthening international bodies. The interest and expansion, including from dozens more countries, also benefit Russia, particularly given its economic and diplomatic challenges following events like the invasion of Ukraine. Many countries have expressed frustration with the long-standing dominance of the United States in the global economy, including its imposition of dollar transactions and the threat of sanctions for non-compliance with its directives. In contrast, BRICS prioritizes supporting countries in advancing their investment and trade without imposing conditions. Joining BRICS allows countries to promote a multipolar world where power is distributed among multiple influential states, moving away from the dominance of the United States and its Western allies. This shift can lead to a more balanced global power structure, countering the dominance of entities like NATO and the European Union and giving more voice to countries from Asia, Africa, and Latin America. Additionally, BRICS can advocate for reforms in international institutions such as the United Nations, the International Monetary Fund, and the World Trade Organization to better represent the interests of developing nations. One notable area of advocacy has been for increased representation and voting power for emerging economies in the IMF, challenging the current system that disproportionately favors Western countries. The rise of de-dollarization. BRICS countries are really eager to become less reliant on the Western-dominated international monetary system. Did you know that almost 90% of all global foreign exchange transactions happen in US dollars and mostly go through American and European banks? Now, with Western-led sanctions on Russia due to its actions in Ukraine, other countries are getting worried about what might happen if they upset Washington. Some countries, like Brazil, Argentina, Bangladesh, and India, are starting to look at using other currencies, such as the Chinese yuan and Bitcoin, for trade and payments. But why are they so interested in moving away from the US dollar? First off, US monetary policies have a huge impact on the rest of the world. Since the US dollar is the world's main reserve currency and is widely used in international trade, countries have to keep a close eye on US economic policies to avoid any negative effects on their own economies. Some countries, like India, are fed up with feeling like they're at the mercy of US policies and have criticized the US for not being responsible with its reserve currency status. Secondly, when the US dollar gets stronger, it means that other currencies need more of their own money to buy the same amount of dollars. This can be a big problem for emerging nations, especially those that import a lot of goods from other countries. It can also mess with things like inflation and how well a country does in trade with other nations. Lastly, more and more countries are looking for ways to protect themselves from depending too much on the US dollar. They're calling for trade to be done in other currencies to reduce their vulnerability. For example, Malaysia's Prime Minister has talked about setting up an Asian monetary fund to lessen reliance on the US dollar. Indonesia has also launched the National Task Force for Local Currency Transactions, aiming to use its own currency more and rely less on the US dollar for international deals. In conclusion, joining BRICS offers numerous advantages, making it an attractive prospect for many nations. It not only brings significant economic benefits, but also provides a platform to influence the evolving global order and reduce reliance on the US dollar. Which country do you hail from, and do you believe your country should become a member of BRICS? Share your opinions in the comments below. If you found this information valuable, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content.